Good morning from Jonesboro, Arkansas, 8:57 a.m., April 10th, 2024. I'm going to have to do this quickly because I got to get to work. And I have to talk about this. Now, this channel is not about car dealerships. It's not about finding you the right EV. It's not about comparing this dealership to the next. But I know lately I've talked about, and sometimes I talk about what's for sale out there if something pops up that's interesting. And there was a Chevy Bolt Premier I talked about recently. This one right here at Bayird Pre-Owned Center here in Jonesboro. There's the phone number. If interested in this car, call and talk to a guy named Jim. I've bought a car from him before. Or I couldn't think of his name the other day. Or this guy, I talked to him the other day on the parking lot. We talked about this car. We talked about a Tesla. Excuse me. Jacob Ladd. He seemed like a really nice guy. Never bought a car from him, but he happened to be there. Jim wasn't. And I'm not one that usually just demands to see the guy I've seen always before. Okay? But there you go if you want to see that, if you want to buy this car. But here's the thing that's interesting. This car, as I said in the video recently, they've had it for 17 months trying to sell it. It was around $30,000. It dropped all the way to like $20,500. But then look at this. I did a live video the other day. When I talked about this car, within hours, it had nothing to do with my video. I know it didn't. Within hours, it dropped from around $20,500 to $19,900. A couple days later, look at this. It dropped to $18,999. And so I thought, wow, they're finally getting it at a good price. If they just drop it another $1,000, $1,500, they'll be good. You know, they can probably sell this car. Maybe. I hope they can. But then I noticed a couple days after they dropped it to $18,900, they raised it to $19,900. And I'm thinking, okay, they dropped it during the eclipse. I wonder if they were thinking, have no idea how to sell a car. I've never worked at a dealership. This is just a guess. I wonder if they think all the people in the area, maybe they want to do some car shopping. Let's drop the price of some of our cars, at least the ones we really want to get rid of, and hopefully somebody here for the eclipse will see it and come by and get it. That's just a guess. Because about the time the eclipse is over, it went from $18,900 to $19,900. Now look at this. Just a couple of days later, $21,000. They're going the wrong direction. They're going the wrong direction. What's up, Jacob? I know you didn't set the price, and I know you'd like to sell for any price to get your commission. But what's the deal? You raised this price. You got a car for 17 months, and you've raised the price $2,000. Even though you couldn't get rid of it in the last 17 months. Again, I have no idea how to sell a car. Maybe they know exactly what they're doing. And of course they do, because this doesn't say McFink Pre-Owned Super Center. You know, so my name's not in the building. It shouldn't be. I'd probably run this company into the ground. I admit it, because I'd have no idea what I was doing. If I somehow inherited this business tomorrow, first thing I do is try to figure out how to run a car business. Until then, I'd put people in place that know what they're doing, hopefully. But anyway, so I don't know. I just find it odd. Just odd is all. But maybe it's legitimate. And I'm not bashing Bayird. It's just, I would think a normal person would think that's a very strange tactic. Wouldn't you think? Especially people that sell cars, you own dealerships, you know a lot about dealerships. Does this make sense to you? And maybe you can put in the comments, maybe you can educate me. As Doug Heffernan would say, time for education. I want to be educated. I want to know why a dealer would do this. I don't know. But anyway, while we're on the subject, let's look here. Beautiful Franklin, Tennessee. Oh, by the way, Bayird, they're not set up. I'm almost certain they are not set up with the IRS to get to get your $4,000 tax credit at the point of sale. They might be, but I don't think they are. I talked to Jacob about that and told him, said, hey, you need to get a hold of the powers that be and tell them they need to register. Y'all need to register Bayird with the IRS. I mean, imagine if you could sell this car for $4,000 less and you still get that $4,000. Even at this price, which I think is overpriced. I do. But I haven't ran the numbers through NADA or KBB. I could be wrong. It just sounds a little high to me. That'd be $17,000. All a customer had to give you. Now, their day one was $19,000. That'd been $15,000. Now, that's a good deal. I think $19,000 is a pretty good price for this car. I do. $21,000, I wouldn't pay it. But if you want to. Call Jacob. Okay, Franklin, Tennessee. Chip, he'll sell you a car, and he is set up with the IRS. And you can have one that looks just like ours, but it doesn't have the heated steering wheel. And the problem with no heated steering wheel, it also has a more plasticky steering wheel. I've never felt one. But the Bolt premium steering wheel and the Chevy Spark EV premium steering wheel, man, it feels nice. I really like it. So I'd want the heated steering wheel just for the steering wheel. Forget the heat. I mean, I like the heat too, but even if it didn't work, it'd still be a nice steering wheel. But I'll tell you, one of the best cars, one of the best deals here, if you're not going to travel with it, and if you don't live in a super hot climate, is the 2020 Nissan Leaf. Check this out. You can get this car with only 18,000 miles, I think it is. Somebody pointed out on one of my last videos, they said, hey, instead of doing the sale price times 0.3 for 30% tax credit and then subtracting it, why can't you just do 0.7? I said, because I'm too stupid to think like that. Okay, it'd actually be $4,000 off. We know that. So it'd actually be $10,994 because 30% would equal more than $4,000. So you can get this car for $11,000 if you qualify for the tax credit. And this is a nice car, but doesn't have temperature controlled battery. I think it'll be fine if you don't live in Katy, Texas, if you don't live in Arizona. I don't know problems buying this car if I was never going to travel with it. Why do you not want to travel with it? It's got the Betamax charging system, what I call the Betamax. Chatimo, it's on its way out. And this car is not a traveling car. You do not want to travel in this car just because of this right here mainly. That thing, anyway. But that's a good deal. And they've got some boats. And they are set up with the IRS and they will ship. Here's another place that will ship and is set up with the IRS. A 2020 Chevrolet boat. This is outside Kansas City. Victory Chevrolet. Look at this. $8,579. $8,579. Man, what's that lady's name? Here we go. Tanya Lopez. Call her. Haven't bought a car from her, but she seemed really nice. If you qualify for the tax credit, out the door, $8,579 for a 2020 boat. It's not the Premier, it's stripped down. So you can get one that's completely stripped down for $8,500. You can get one that's fully loaded for $21,000, and when you do your taxes next year, you'll get $4,000 back if you qualify. That'd be $17,000. So you pay $21,000 a day and you get $4,000 refund in a year from 10 months from now, maybe, or you pay $8,500 today. And whoops, she's only got 2. Yeah, I guess they're getting rid of all of them. This place at one time had over 100 boats for sale. They bought a whole bunch of them, and I guess they're mostly gone now. So you better hurry if you want one of these. Don't know if I can get more or not. Hey, just want to comment on this because I found it interesting. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. I got to go to work to try to keep this family in the lap of luxury. That's my wife. My wife worked 55 hours last week. I worked 10. Now, how unfair is that? But I'm a substitute teacher. I mainly just do recess duty. Sometimes I'm in the classroom, but I mainly just do recess duty because it's the best pay per hour. And, recess duty, I'm there for 2.5 hours and I have an hour break. I work 1.5 hours and it only pays $9 less than half a day. Just $9 less than half a day. Half a day you're there for about 4.5 hours. 4.5. So anyway. All right, y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.